What's up, guys? Josh with Navigate the Wild, and I'm in charge of feeding the boys at hunt camp this year. One of the dishes that I'm going to make is venison neck stew. A lot of guys don't use the venison neck, or they just grind it up, which I do too. But this year, I've taken 2 deer necks, and I'm going to turn it into a stew with root vegetables, red wine, garlic, and celery, and potatoes, and all that stuff. Just hanging out. The first official father-daughter deer hunt of the year. The stand was 16 feet in the air, and she did great. So we're going home. Take your kids hunting. It's fun. Man, I won't do that again. That's how you learn. The first thing that we've started with is last night I took 2 deer necks fully on the bone, put them in my Instapot, and I let them cook for 45 minutes. And we are left with about 2 pounds of shredded, hand shredded, I just took it off the bone with a fork, venison neck. The first thing that we're going to do before we add this in is we're going to get our onions and our celery with some beef tallow in the pot and getting it to soften. And I'm just going to take a nice dollop of my beef tallow and put it in. This is great because it has a good flavor to it, and it also has a high heat tolerance. All right, next, we're going to get our onion in first. I always like to put the onion in first. We're gonna just mince it up. And we're gonna do the same with our celery stalks. I use 2. And we're gonna dice it up. Dicey, dicey, nicey, nicey. And this eats better the second day too, man. Now I'm just gonna split my stalk, and I'm just gonna leave it just a medium chop, nothing crazy. Guys don't like it, they can pick it out, but realistically, like, you get the flavor, the celery gets translucent, it gets super soft. Like, it shouldn't be a big deal. Celery in. Now, I did this venison neck last night. Kind of see what we got going on here. Just shredded venison, okay? And once I put this in here, I'm gonna let it warm up and start to release some of the juices, kind of like rehydrate the meat. And before I add my red wine, I'm gonna add about a half a cup, quarter cup, half a cup of flour, all-purpose flour, and that's going to help thicken the stew up. Be really good. Garlic comes next, and garlic gets very aromatic quick, but it also will burn very quick. So I like to put my garlic in, let it start to release its flavor, and on to the next step, or it will burn, right? So I just smash my cloves like that, and I separate them. And the garlic, I'll do a rough chop as well, nothing crazy. Get it into the mix and really start bringing all these flavors together. We're going to do a little tomato and basil, not a lot, just a little bit. Salt, pepper. And like I said, just a rough chop. I might go over this once, twice, maybe. If you mash it in a mincer and you press it through like a garlic press, in my opinion, it does something different to the oils, and I don't know. I just don't like what it does as much as if I just minced it or as if I just chopped it like this real quick. We're going to use about 2 to 3 cups of red wine. You could use any type of red wine you want. I choose cheap stuff. After the first 2-3 minutes, the alcohol is cooked out and you're left with a really nice flavor. Now, if you don't have tallow and you want to use olive oil or whatever, you can use that. I stay away from the vegetable oils. Obviously, you want to try to make it as clean a dish as possible. At least I do. I'm on this health journey, man. I'm trying to stay clean. It's so hard with all the additives and all the crap in our food. So I use beef tallow. If I need to add a little more beef tallow, we can do that. It's not a problem. We're almost there. Once my garlic starts to get a little color to it, you can see in there. Once my garlic starts to get a little color to it, then I go to the next step. Okay? That looks good. Because I don't have all of the wine that I wish I had, I'm going to use some organic beef broth. All right, so in the pot goes the venison. We're just going to stir it up a little bit. I'm just going to let it start cooking just briefly, nothing crazy. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to add a little flour to it. And that's just going to thicken everything up. So everything looks wet. You can see that in there, right? Looks good. We got the essentials in there. All right, we're just going to sprinkle a little flour in, and I'm going to stir it up real good. I'm going to sprinkle a little flour in. Stir it up real good. We're going to do that all the way as we've done half a cup. And normally you use like, your aromatics would be rosemary, some thyme, but really it's whatever you got, man. Don't let a lack of herbs make it so that you don't do the dish. Just do it. It'll come out good. It's one thing about cooking is you can't be scared. You just got to go for it. All right. Flour's in. Let this start to cook. I'm going to add a little bit of beef broth. And then we're going to get in our root vegetables. Carrots, just to make things easy. Baby, multicolored. It's awesome. Simple. I like carrots. Good for my eyes. Can never have too many carrots. And these are just Trader Joe's organic multicolored. I like multicolored for the year. I like multicolored for the fall. It's just fun. Okay. Sure. Put me some good whole tomato in there that we can break up with the spoon. Some guys will use an immersion blender. I used to have one. Come on, man. Sheesh. Okay. My immersion blender broke, so just nice San Marzano tomatoes. Let it thicken up. All right, let's clean some mushrooms. Pull the stems out. It's one thing I love about Trader Joe's is they have all their own organic products. They make it known. Just helps you make good decisions. Little dirt will never hurt anybody. Yeah, it's enough mushrooms. Boom. Stir it around. Throw some potatoes in. With my venison stew, it's important that it's a stew. It's not a soup. There's a difference. I wanted a thicker consistency. Definitely want to throw some potatoes in, but I don't want to get crazy. Right? So I dice them up. depending on their size. Maybe these are nice. Look how beautiful these are. Well, golden potatoes, nice. We won't get too crazy on the dice because they're not huge. I like the skin on. I feel like the skin kind of holds together. I don't mind having a nice hunky potato. Let's see what's up. Throw those in. Yeah, man, that looks great. Now we're going to add the rest of our beef broth. All right, we're going to add our last bit of red wine. So 3 cups total. And man, we're going to let this cook. I'm going to bring it up to a simmer. I'm going to add my salt. I'm going to add my black pepper. That's really all I'm going to use. But this is going to reduce a little bit. That looks fantastic so far. And it's going to taste great too. Maybe throw a few more potatoes in. All right, that's enough potatoes. Got plenty of potatoes in there. I like having a nice hunk of potato. All right, now some black pepper. I like black pepper. And it's a big pot, deep pot. That was like 30 turns on that thing. And 2 good pinches of salt, which will probably need more. All right, but it's a lot. Looks like a lot, but it's not. And there you have it, folks. We're going to let this thing come up to a boil, and then we'll reduce it to a simmer. And we're going to let it cook for probably 45 minutes. And just all come together. All right, and there you have it. Venison stew. All you're really doing is allowing it to simmer. I do it covered until the potatoes can be pierced. They're nice and soft. Same with the carrots. But man, there you have it. Nice heaping bowl of venison neck and root vegetable stew. Navigate the wild.